Well, hello, Florida Softball Network fans, and thanks for tuning in for this match between the Coral Springs Panthers and your home team, Lady Gators Jackson 13U squads. Working in the circle for the Gators for this game is going to be Kira Sherman, and catching behind the dish is Haley Hirsch. And the Coral Springs Panthers about to bring their first batter up here to bat. A slapper who watches strike one sail by her. Next delivery is called strike two. So quickly, Kira up on the batter, Emily, by a count of 0-2. And that one's going to get hit foul towards the third base side, and the count remains 0-2. The 0-2, high and inside for ball one. And the 1-2 misses high to bring it to 2-2. All right, and after going up on the batter 0-2, Emily able to hold back and get the walk, and the Panthers have their first batter on the base paths. And there's a bunt, caught, fired over to first. Oh, but not able to hold on to it as the throw a little bit wide. Almost. Almost doubled off. Nice backup there by the catcher. Pull that ball off the fence, so the catcher hustling down the backup first base prevents the runner from advancing. Almost a double play there, but Gators happy to take that first out and hold the runner at one. Next ball misses high. This one's hit high into the air, but foul and out of play behind first base. And the count now 1-1. Stay on this wide shot so we can see the runner at first along with the batter. And there is a foul bunt, brings it to 1-2. All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter, Sophia, number 27. Here comes the 1-2. That's going to be low. Nice block by the catcher, Haley. Keep the ball from reaching the fence and allowing the runner to advance. So we're now at 2-2. All right, so Sophia Rigo steps in, 2-2 count. Kira Sherman winds up the throw. That's going to get hit foul just to the left of the third baseline. And we reset 2-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes down the count. You can take a quick timeout. That left shoe of the catcher, Haley Hirsch, untied. So a quick tie here. It's got to be tough. Got to tie that blind. Can't see behind the leg guards there, but she ties it up, and here we go. So full count here on Arrigo. And that pitch is going to be a dead ball hitting the batter inside the box. And we stay at 3-2. Here comes the pitch. Now it's going to get hit foul. Oh, nice hustle by the infielders. Both third baseman and catcher trying to close in on that ball, but it lands out of play on the other side of the fence. All right, Arrigo steps in once again, full count here, with 1 out and a runner at first base. And the walk is drawn there by Arrigo. And now with 1 out, the Panthers have a runner in scoring position with number 99, Courtney, coming up to bat. So both base runners reaching on walks so far. And Courtney looking to make contact. Watches the first ball go outside. For 1-0. And that pitch sails high, too high for the catcher to get, and runners advance 60 feet. So now the go-ahead run for the Panthers to get their first notches on the scoreboard is just 60 feet away with only 1 out. And that ball misses low, comes off of the gear, and there it is. Panthers able to score on the wild pitch by Sherman. So a 3-0 count. Imagine the take sign here, as Sherman still needing to get dialed in, and does so right there. Nice pitch. All right, the 3-1 is hit and is going to land in front of the center fielder, who was closing in on the ball and then kind of put on the brakes, drops in for a single, and another run scores here. as the Coral Springs Panthers now go up on the Gators by a score of 2-0, and still just one out. And there's a foul tip, strike one, called by the home plate umpire. So the coach for the Panthers arguing whether that was a foul tip or a held back swing. The home plate umpire advising the coach foul tip. And this count now 0-1. And that pitch misses high. And that pitch in there for a strike. So 1-2 now the count. And that one's hit high into the air into right field. The right fielder under it catches it. And a nice job there by Fati holding down right field to record the second out here of the top of the first inning. And that pitch low. Nice block there by Haley for ball one. And there's a swing and a miss for strike two. Or I'm sorry, bring the count to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Hammerman, number 44. Delivery for Sherman low, able to block it, but the runner able to advance over to second base. Here comes the 2-2, way up high. And now the runner, another runner just 60 feet away. Another opportunity for Coral Springs to put another run on the board. On a 3-1 count. The 3-1 misses low for ball 4, and another walk for the Panthers and another base runner on. So with that, Coach Travis for the Gators steps to the circle to pull the team together. 2 outs now, runners at the corners. And it looks like we've got a change in the circle as Avila Fitzgerald is going to take over pitching duties here. So Avalo pitched the prior game, but did have an opportunity for some rest as we had an extended break in between games, unexpected, as the umpires needed to take a break to cool down. But now we move into the second game.
Now batting, number 22, Jackson.
And first pitch there from Avalo misses just outside for ball one on the batter, number 22, Jax. And that ball misses low. Bring it to 2-0. Jack steps in, 2-0 pitch. Misses high outside for ball three. So 3 balls, no strikes. And there's ball 4. So another walk given up by the Gators. And now bases are loaded.
Now batting, number 88, Holly.
Bases loaded here with 2 outs. Holly comes up to bat. An opportunity to blow this game open. Already up on the Gators by a score of 2-0 as that pitch misses low for ball 1. And there's a strike. And now we're at 1-1. Second pitch, and she does go for strike 2. So as the home plate umpire gives out the count there of 1-2. Gators looking to get off the field here. And that one fouled back. And we remain at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded here. Holly O'Connor at bat. And that ball misses high outside. And now we're at 2-2. And that one is contacted, but it goes foul. And we reset to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one is going to get hit to the left side. The shortstop unable to cleanly play it. And another run scores. And an error there on the shortstop on what should have been a routine play allows Coral Springs to now go up 3-0 on the Gators. The Gators are going to need to get dialed in here if they're going to contend in this game and move on through the bracket. They still haven't had their first ups at bat, so we'll hope that they can bring an offensive arsenal to get themselves back into this game. But right now, bases remain loaded. Count now 0-1. And there's a foul tip, strike two. All right, no balls, 2 strikes now on the batter. Olivia Weiss. And Avalo's 0-2 delivery is in there for strike 3. And the Gators are now finally able to get their at-bats, now down by 3 runs here as we move forward into the middle of the first inning on the Florida Softball Network. All right, well, we move now into the bottom part of the first inning, and leading off for the Gators is Avalo Fitzgerald, the relief pitcher that came in here in the first inning earlier. She watches the first ball miss, and now up 0-1. The 0-1 delivery is blasted out into deep center field over the center fielder's head. That should be a home run if she can get her wheels on. She's going to be sent home. She's going to be sent home, and she will make it. So home run there to lead it off. And on 2 pitches, exactly what the Gators needed. Down 3-0, but now only down 3-1. So a nice piece of work there by Avalo Fitzgerald. All right, now brings up to bat in the number 2 position here on the lineup is going to be Cameron Solano. She takes the first swing, golfs that into, oh wow, just behind shortstop. A nice catch there by the shortstop to record the first out.
Batting number 3, Fati.
All right, well now coming up to bat, number 3, Fati. And Fati watches the first pitch miss outside for ball 1. In the circle for the Panthers is Olivia, missing there for ball 2. Olivia Weiss in the circle. Fati steps in, count 2-0. And watches strike 1. The 2-1 pitch is hit over to the right side of the infield. The second baseman makes an attempt to make the play on the ball, but unable to secure it. And Fati is on.
Now batting number 1, Kira.
And on the pitch there, Fati taking a little bit of a lead. And that one misses for ball 1 on the batter, Kira Sherman. And that pitch misses low and inside to bring the count to 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at first base is Fati. At the plate, batting is Kira Sherman. And Weiss's delivery is going to get tapped foul towards the left side. And we're now at 2-1. All right, Kira steps back in on the 2-1 count. And on there, a hit and run. Fati is going to round all the way from first over to third base, and by overrunning the base, gets called out. So a double play pulled there on the Gators. As too much hesitation there rounding second base, instead of gunning for it, just went base to base. Gave the Panthers an opportunity to get the ball over from first over to third and record a double play. So the Gators able to at least get one run back. We move into the top of the second inning with the Panthers up by a score of 3-1 here on the Florida Softball Network. It's the top of the second inning with the Coral Springs team up 3-1 on the Jupiter team. And coming up to bat is Kendall, who takes strike one. Gators have some work to do, falling behind in the top of the first inning. They're going to want to shut this down quickly and get back up to bat. And she makes contact outside of the box, so that's an immediate out. So, it doesn't matter. So that should not matter where the bat lands. That would be like running out into the pitcher's mound and then throwing the bat over into the right dugout. So no argument there. Clearly contact made outside of the diamond, but you can argue it, but you're not going to get anywhere when you're wrong. So Gators able to record an out there. And now coming up to bat, Gabby, number 4, watches strike one. So Gabby Bird now the batter for the Panthers. And the second pitch is fouled to the screen for strike two. All right, so Bird's going to step back into the box here on the count of 0-2. And there's a foul, strike two again. And there's strike three. And there's the second out recorded.
Now batting, number 27, Origo.
And now coming up to bat, Sophia Origo, who is 0 for 1 today. And that misses high outside for ball one. And that misses high outside for ball two. So 2-0. Evilo comes set. Origo ready. And there's a strike to bring the count to 2-1. And that pitch gets hit straight over to the pitcher. And Avilo grabs the ball, throws to first base, where Peyton Williamson grabs it to record the third and final out of the top of the second inning. All right, well, Gators got a little bit of work to do. Still behind by 2 runs. Here's their second chance now to swing the bat. As we move into the bottom of the second inning, it is your Coral Springs Panthers 3, your Lady Gators Jackson 1 on your channel, the Florida Softball Network. It's the bottom of the second inning, and now coming up to bat is number 12, Addison Held, the shortstop. And that pitch is called for strike 1. Number 11, Weiss, still working the circle for Coral Springs. And that one's going to get hit over to the shortstop, who fields it, fires over to 1, and they record the first out.
Number 31, Kinsley. In the stands, my team on my back, my family in my heart, I put my city on the map. See, I'm cool with my school, but I know I can do better. I take them.
Now coming up to bat is Kinsley Roman. And the changeup in there for strike 1. Next pitch high for 1-1. And that pitch is hit hard into center field. A nice single there hit by Kinsley Roman.
Up to bat, number 11, Reese. I got a whole lot of money.
Now brings to bat Reese Kennerson. And first pitch misses for ball 1. And the next one misses again for ball 2. Both pitches missing high outside. Weiss gonna have to make an adjustment here. Kennerson at the plate looking for something she can hit. And here we go with the 2-0 pitch. And that's in there for strike 1. Here comes the 2-1. And that gets fouled back, and the count comes even now at 2-2. And the 2-2 is a swinging strike 3. And because first base is occupied, even if it was missed, there was no opportunity for Reese to reach
Now batting number 7,
reach first base. So now 2 outs, runner at 1, brings up to bat Haley Hirsch.
I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven when I woke.
And there's one that's going to get past the shortstop, and a single there for Haley.
Batting now, number 99, Kennedy. Go to lunch in the Jewish community. I won't tell on the bros, but I'm music.
So now 2 runners on for the Gators with 2 outs. Brings up to bat number 99, Kennedy Copeland. And that one's going to be blasted foul. All right, and we're going to have a switch of runner for Haley as she's the catcher. Gives her an opportunity to gear up. And in to run for her is number 11, Reese Kennerson. All right, Casey comes in with that 0-1 count on that foul ball. The next one, again, fouled, same place. Now 0-2. And here comes the 0-2. And that is going to get popped way high in the air. The catcher under it, and it drops into fair territory. It dropped into fair territory, and now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And an opportunity here for Peyton Williamson to score some RBIs. Peyton waits for the first pitch. And she taps that one foul. And timeout called by the Coral Springs coach. "60-minute games here. As we play through bracket play, win to move on, lose and go home. The Gators behind by 2 runs currently with 2 outs and bases loaded. Opportunity here if Peyton can get into the outfield to get 2 runners that are standing in scoring position across. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one is hit over towards the second baseman who picks it up and fires to first. And the Gators unable to capitalize on bases loaded and still are now moving into the 3rd inning in jeopardy of going home. So a lot of work that still needs to be done. They are down by 2 runs and an opportunity for the Coral Springs Panthers to put more runs on the board to make it even harder for the Gators to catch up. So they're going to want to act quickly, get this team off of the field. Like I said, with shortened schedule here, just 60-minute games, not much time to play with. And we'll be right back to you as we reset the scoreboard here on FSN. All right, here we are now in the top of the 3rd inning with the Coral Springs Panthers up at bat. We are 46 minutes into a 60-minute game. So only 14 minutes left for the Gators to be able to get back into this game or pack it up and play again next weekend. Let's see what can happen here as Avalo is going to work hard in the circle to get her team off the clay. And there's a great pitch for a strike. So the count now 0-2 on the batter, number 99, Courtney. Here comes the pitch. And that's in there. Oh, nope. Just outside there for 1-2. Just barely missed. And that one fouled to stay at 1-2. That one definitely hurt Haley a little bit. See, she's kind of stretching that one out. Foul ball came off the inside of the leg. And that ball is hit straight back to Avelo, picks it up, tosses over to first, nice and calm. Great job handling that ball. And the Gators able to record the first out with the first batter. All right, next batter up here, number 2. Watches for strike 1. So Gardner, the batter here for the Coral Springs Panthers, with 1 out, steps in on an 0-1 count and hits that one straight back. Again to Avelo, easily fields it, tosses over, and there's the second out.
Now batting, number 44, Cal.
All right, Hammerman now, number 44, steps up to the plate. And the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. And that pitch called for ball 2. So here comes the 2-0 from Avelo. And that's in there for strike 1. And there's strike 2, swinging strike 2. So here we are, 2-2-2. 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs. And there's a swinging strike 3, and the Gators able to get off the field quickly. All right, well, that's exactly the half inning that the Gators needed, but they still have some work cut out to do as they come up to bat down by 2 runs on the Florida Softball Network. It's the bottom of the 3rd inning here on the Florida Softball Network in the matchup between the Coral Springs Panthers and the Gators, with the Panthers up on a score of 3-1. Luca Hansberger now steps up to plate. And she swings and misses at the high pitch for 0-1. She takes the change up and blasts it high to second base. And just like that on 2 pitches, the Coral Springs Panthers able to record their first out.
Number 10, Avelo.
But that flips the lineup here for the Gators as the leadoff batter, Avelo Fitzgerald, who at her first at bat hit an inside the park home run, comes up to the plate. Timeout here called by the coach. Again, playing 60-minute games. We are 52.5 minutes in, so a little bit of a delay tactic here. Chew up some time. And here we go. Avelo steps up. First pitch. She watches this outside for ball 1. She hits that one. It's going to make it through over second base, and a nice single there for Fitzgerald. And the Gators, more importantly, have a runner on the base paths, and the tying run coming up to bat in Cameron Solano. Solano sets. And the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. And that one's going to get hit over the shortstop, who bobbles it a little bit. And Avila, with her fast wheels, able to beat out the throw to second.
Now batting number 3, Fati.
And Cameron is on as well. So now the tying run is on the base paths with just one out. And Fati now coming up to bat. Oh, and on the pitch that wasn't even going to make it to home plate, a little check swing there for strike one. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch coming in. And that's going to be high and inside. A delayed steal. All right, so now runners at the corners for the Gators with one out. Fati watches that pitch. Again, just lunging for the ball. So on both swings, trying to contact the ball out front. Got to let it travel just a little bit, and I'm sure she can give that ball a ride, as she is going to be the go-ahead run once she gets on those base paths. And that ball is going to miss high. Gators to be wise to try to open up first base just in case of a past third strike, with the count being 2-2. So right now a drop third strike would not allow her to get on base. And that misses outside, and there we go. Cameron does advance over to second to open up first. So a good move there. And now one out, runners at second and third on a full count here for Fatima Masri. And that's going to miss high for ball 4. All right, one out, bases juiced here for Kira Sherman. This is exactly what the Gators need to see if they can capitalize here. One shot out of the infield may allow the tying run to get across just 120 feet away.
Come on, Kira.
Kira watches the first pitch go outside and high for ball 1. And there's, line drive. Not sure what's going on. There we go. They make the play at home plate. Weren't sure where to go with it for a moment. Well, there's a tough play. Nothing you could do there.
Batting for the Lightning, number 12.
If it was caught, you don't want to get doubled off. And then when it drops, they're able to make the play. And now, most importantly for the Coral Springs Panthers, once again, with the Gators with bases loaded, they're sitting at 2 outs and an opportunity to keep the Gators from scoring. But trying to make a difference here will be Addison Hell, number 12. And here comes a timeout again to chew up the clock. So this is just not being able to have the game play out on the field. Instead, we're going to make this happen by using up clock. So we got about 1 minute left here, so critical here. He's just going to stand out there as long as he can until the home plate umpire. All right, he used up as much time as he could. The timer's going to go off here shortly. Again, the officiating crew that wanted to stay in the air conditioning for a while didn't want to go out and break up the huddle in the circle. But let's see here if the Gators can do something in this game. Nice there, hit by Addie, but it's going to be out of play to the left side. 2 outs, bases loaded. So here you want either a hit the outfield or get the 3rd out and move into another inning. Oh, here we go. Okay, well there's 1 run in on the passed ball. All right, the tying run now just 60 feet away. A little hesitation there, wasn't sure whether to run, but then once she put the wheels on, now just down by 1 run, 2 outs. The Gators on the fringe of elimination. The tying run 60 feet away. So the time now has expired. That is the call from the home plate umpire. So this is it. The game is on the line right here. And that ball is hit foul. And the count goes to 1-2.
Just expired. Yeah.
So the score is 3-2. Scoreboard going to update here in a moment. There we go. We count 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a little tapper is foul. And held stays alive at 1-2.
You got it, Addie?
All right, quick timeout here. Settle the batter in. Calm the nerves. The tying run 60 feet away. A base hit or a passed ball, an opportunity here to tie it up for the Gators. The winning run on second base. And Addison steps in on a count of 1-2. And that's going to miss low for 2-2. Nice job there by the catcher to keep that low pitch from getting past. The count now 2-2. And that misses low inside, and we have a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Time has expired. The tying run to keep the Gators alive, just 60 feet away. The winning run at second. The pitch. Misses low, and bases are now loaded as Addie gets on. And Kinsley Roman now comes in with a fresh count. Kinsley is 1 for 1 today. Hoping to add on to that statistic to keep her team in this tournament. Again, 2 outs. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. The air is thick, the drama, bases loaded. Oh, the pitch high, that's gonna allow the run. Oh, she's out at home plate. She's out at home plate. She's slid into the tag. Fati slid into the tag to end the game. And the Gators end their tournament with the short backstop. And Coral Springs moves on and eliminates the Lady Gators Jackson. And so ends the tournament this weekend. Listen, we thank you very much for tuning in to FSN. We are going to be back to you next weekend, coming to you from Central Florida at the USSSA Space Coast Complex on a 3-day tournament over the Memorial Day weekend. We're going to have 2 seeding games on Saturday, 2 seeding games on Sunday, and elimination bracket play on Monday, all coming to you next weekend. We thank you very much for tuning in to FSN. Invite you to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you another day here from the softball clay.